to go after virgins because they want clean women. And predatory. How can you have standards that you yourself cannot meet half of? You are all grown men. Baby daddy, baby daddy.
Black women participates in ratchet behavior and ratchet thinking. The massive group accepts it and nurtures it.
Stereotypes, the loud and the ratchetness are associated with blackness.
I want to let you know that my whole undergrad year, all I did was hood rat. After I graduated, I went to the club and did more hood rat.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
I have so many pet peeves, but one pet peeve that I would like to talk about today is men that go after clean women. That video blew up again as well, especially on Instagram. That comment section on Instagram is saturated with horrific, distasteful men that were offended by what I said. For context, I basically said in the video that men with an extensive list of women they have slept with have the audacity to go after virgins because they want clean women. These men sleep with different women like handshakes, and they have the nerve to say that they only want virgins. At one point, you were for the community.
While we still having this argument, my wife even said it. Women have an innie, guys have an outer. When you have an innie, you're to be protected. You're not supposed to just give it all out. A guy's being out, he's humming around like crazy. You can't be a man. It doesn't do the same thing it does to men. Of course, you can be, no matter what, you can be a 3 or 4 as a man or a woman. It's not good. I don't suggest it. But it's 10 times worse when you're a woman.
But want a woman that stays in her home, basically. In my opinion, I think that is sick, peculiar, creepy, and predatory. How can you have standards that you yourself cannot meet half of? To add insult to injury, these men in my comments were saying that they do not want a woman that has been ran through because they can't marry a whore. If that is your logic, then what are you? Furthermore, these men were commenting, no hymen, no diamond. That is a patriarchal, ignorant statement that has been used to define the value of women for the longest. A woman's hymen can break in several ways, such as physical activity, medical examinations, etc. My point of that video was that everyone can have a past and move forward with their life, and that includes women. Women that are not virgins should not be excluded, especially if you yourself as a man have slept with a lot of women. To me, it doesn't make sense. Lastly, these men in my comments were so devastated and so pained by my opinion, they even took it to the extent of assuming that because I am defending whores, I must be one too.
That's a good point.
One habit that we should get rid of is getting so hurt to the point where we start making assumptions about people we do not know. It's one thing to say, you're stupid, I don't like you. It's another childish thing at your grown age to make stories about people because you do not like what they have to say. And you, men, are even tag teaming on me.
No. The reason why this is happening to you, you don't realize it. You're being led. You're being taught. Actually, you're already taught because of what you're saying now. You've been led by feminism. And men are done with that. And you don't realize it. Now, what are you? I would like to know. I'm surprised if no one's asked her. I'm sure they already assumed that you are one. Look at the way you're talking now.
Hyping each other up in the comments at your grown age to collectively point at me and claim that I have been ran through. How embarrassing. Stop treating me like I am making you change your life.
What is going on?
You are all grown men. Live your life.
Who is that girl?
I can't force you to love me or to stop making up stories about me like you know me. Just please, all I ask is that you make sense, at least make sense. Agreeing to disagree is all about both parties understanding each other's perspectives, but they just disagree. So yeah, may God bless you.
I'm crazy, I swear I don't love the drama. It loves me.
Especially the men that I have offended and have tried to offend me. I love you. And I forgive you all. It's okay to be upset. But let's move on as one.
You're loving the attention.
Yeah. See, her mind is skewed. She's mad because guys got on her. They did. I understand. I truly understand why guys feel the way they do. Because I feel the same way. It's not okay. Why is it that women on the other side of the planet get it, but women where we're from don't get it? Crazy.
I be f***ing with her baby daddy cause he f***ing me. Baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy, baby
All that baby daddy part, Michael.
This is what she said. Not engaging in respectability politics about ratchet music because I'm black and uneducated and music should be fun. No, this is not fun. She made a song saying baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy. I just made a video about this the other day, right? So this is pretty much saying it's okay to have a baby daddy. Like, men are flabbergasted, women are not. And you wonder why so many think it's okay to have a baby daddy. It's being pushed. It's told by this lady it's okay because it sounds good, because it makes me dance.
Good one.
Look at this girl here twerking on the gate. Is this guy trying to get her down? He's gonna catch her. And look, it's supported by the entire park. The entire community's out there dancing at the park to that song. And they're promoting this girl up there twerking on the fence. And they're ready to catch her in case she falls and possibly falls to her death, twerking on the fence. This is wild. Look what it says. The guy chose to promote Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute your daughter to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and the land become full of wickedness. This video exists for educational purposes. It is, for things like this. Check out what it says. It says, this is the sad reality about toxic BW. They have become women that the BC cannot correct, respect, protect, marry, or uplift as they continue to make decisions and engage in behaviors that bring about the degradation and destruction through harlotry and idolatry. And that's what's happening here. Let me continue it.
Like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Black women have the support of a massive group that participates in ratchet behavior and ratchet thinking. Now, white, Asian, and Hispanic, they got ratchet people, but you had to go away from the group to do that. They don't house you. They don't nurture that. The black community, the massive group accepts it and nurtures it It's totally backwards.
Sad but true.
Rather than sending the ratchets away, the massive black groups bring the ratchets. There's a safe space for them. When they're confronted, you look like the minority because you are the minority that confronts that culture, and they're the majority. This is the only group, this is the culture where the ratchets has the power socially. The nerd.
Sure do. You just saw it. Twerking on the fence. She's banging her head to, who was that? Sexy Red? A song called Baby Daddy. Like, this is wild. And it's being pushed to the kids. There's no future.
Nerds, the high value minded people. When I'm talking about high values, I'm talking about pro-social values, generosity, respect, honor, faithfulness, kindness. I'm talking about community. High values your way of being. The people like us, we in the black community are the rejects. In other groups, the ratchets are the rejects. In other groups, that's for entertainment for them. They go home doing the right thing. The smart people are elevated because they know you're the key to our progress. In our group, the smart ones are rejected and they think you trying to oppress them. It's interesting. You so backwards. You think we trying to oppress you. We trying to free you.
It's wild. And you see it all through society today. And the crazy thing is other cultures actually sometimes look up to that. And then most of us get blamed for this. You see this taking place, or right now on TikTok. You can see that video on TikTok of a lady saying, yeah, I listen to Sexy Red, baby daddy, putting Noxzema on the face. Other girls twerking on the fence. It's sad, but it's a mindset that needs to be changed in the community. It does. Things need to be done differently. A lot of music that's promoted shouldn't be promoted, but it is. Why? Because for the same reason the ladies listen to that song. Oh, it makes me bop my head. I can bop my head to it, so it's good. No, it's not.
So I didn't want to come up here looking any kind of way. So I threw on my master's garb, and I hope I look presentable to the black collective that loves to use respectability politics. I want to let you know that my whole undergrad year, all I did was hood rat. And I managed to graduate.
And I'm so proud.
And after I graduated, I went to the club and did more hood rat. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was a fighter and had a bachelor's degree. I sure did. I met my husband at a club shaking my.
I wonder why they left.
I literally shook my on him. And now I'm his wife. So when y'all talk about Sukiana and y'all talk about Sexy Red, understand that they don't have to live up to your expectations of what a black woman should be. They can be whatever they want to be. Give it a rest.
No. Oh. Man. Give it a rest. Like, there's a lot of guys watching right now that probably have black daughters. And they probably go in a room sometimes and hear that same song, baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy. If they're watching this, I'm sure they get livid every time it happens. I'm sure they see things like that happening in their family. They get upset. Why? Because they know, for the same thing the girl said, they can't do nothing about it because the masses, as the lady said, support it. Look at her. Yeah, I did it. I got ahead. What do you think black girls are saying watching this TikTok? I can do that too. See? I can get my degree and find my husband in a club. Could be most likely lying. Seriously. I would have to see him. I don't believe you. Just off the way you're saying, you're talking right now, it's not believable. But still, you could have found it, but you think every girl is gonna find her husband at the club? That's not a place to find a husband. Going to the club and getting drunk? I struggled with drinking for years. I would never promote drinking to nobody or smoking cigarettes. or doing hood rat ratchet things.
In no way, shape, or form am I saying that black women are ratchet or ghetto. In fact, I do not have a problem with women wanting to be classy and sophisticated. In fact, I admire a classy woman, a woman with standards. What I'm having a problem with is the fact that these stereotypes, the loud and the ratchetness, are associated with blackness. And it is very damaging to our community. And what you find is women who want to be associated with a certain space, they want to be included by a certain type of people, you find that they use those terms to degrade the black women that they don't agree with. And I do not find that appropriate, because you are continuing the system of oppression. Being considered not the average black girl is not a compliment.
Man, this is the mindset. We got to change that. We do.
Let's ask, why as a community do we have a bunch of black women in shelters with their kids? What does that tell you about the men in our community if there's such an epidemic of black women in shelters with their black?
It says nothing about the man. That's what it says. It says nothing about the black man. The reason, in my opinion, why so many black women are homeless or in shelters with their kids is because we prioritize the wrong things. These are the same women who don't need a man. Same women out here who are going to the IVF clinic to get a baby put in them without a man. These are the same women who brag and brag and brag about how they don't want a man. They can do it by themselves. So the women who choose to prioritize things, living in condos, driving cars that they can't afford, is why they're homeless with their kids. They're trying to live up to social media. They're trying to live up to things that they can't really obtain, living outside of our means. And instead of acknowledging that, we blame it on the man.
It has to stop. Blame everything on a black man. Now, as she said, but this is the problem. Baby mama's a push, right? Then you get pregnant by a man. He doesn't love you, to try to keep him. You know he's a pookie. Then he doesn't care about the baby. That's because you're with the pookie. So you blame it all on black men? All black men? When there's so many black men you ignored who were good guys? Or probably not, because you couldn't see them because you were placed in the hood. You wouldn't know. And that's what has to change. But then we have so many people saying, oh, respectability politics, like it's nonsense. This is a problem. It is. It's a dark energy looming over the community that has the community stuck. And you know you're stuck when you don't realize it. Like when I go through certain situations, I felt the pressure from it before. Why? Because I knew it. But when you don't know it, oh man, you stay in delusion. And so many are stuck in delusion and will never change. Why? Because they don't care to change. Because they reject it. You tell them, hey, you need to do this. This is probably better for you. No, I like it because it sounds good. I like it because it feels good. What do you have to do with those people? You have to turn away.
Old ugly men not being at all embarrassed to be seen with young beautiful women really rubs me the wrong way. Because where do they get their audacity? I'm so sick of the way that society facilitates the audacity of these old ugly men. And the same old ugly men will have the audacity to criticize older women or women that are overweight or women that they're not attracted to. They'll even criticize the young beautiful women that they're with. I wish that the average woman had the same audacity that the average man has. The way that the staff of like the country clubs that they go to kiss their is the reason why they think they can act like that. And I'm not blaming the staff of the country.
The reason why the staff at the country clubs? So you're not talking about regular guys. You're talking about rich men. These women have a nerve to be talking about what they desire. Like, who do you think is going to have 6 figures? It's not young guys. It's going to be guys 40 plus that's going to have that. So, rewind for a minute. Who are you dating? You may be dating a bunch of liars. Or guys could have worked on themselves. I don't doubt that. Guys in their 30s, some guys in their 20s work on themselves and get themselves together, but she has no clue.
the staff of the country clubs because that's their job. That's what they have to do. But when you have money, everyone just kisses your and it gives you audacity. I think every woman should take it upon themselves to go out of their way to humble some of these ugly old men who think that they can talk to whoever, however they want to. And if you're a beautiful young woman and you're dating one of these ugly old men, get your bag. I'm never going to judge you, babe. I'm never going to judge you, babe. Please don't ever think that that man is your friend. And if you ever have the opportunity to stab that man in the back, you better take it.
You can't make this up.
Do not humanize him because he's not humanizing you.
Yeah, it doesn't go like that. They have all the power, and it shows. And they can read a lot of nonsense, and they'll see them coming from a mile away. A lot of ugly older men have been around the block a few times, and they're very aware when someone is trying to use them. And actually, it's reverse. That's how you get used. Thinking you're going to use somebody, that's what they want. They got money to play with, money to burn. Confused.
If you're not going to do what I say, I don't want to date you. There, I said it. There, I said it. Are we blind? Unfortunately, I do like men that want me to boss them around. I do. You to the head of the household, but I'm the boss. You clock into the house, which is mine. Like, what do you mean? It's like I've given up the idea, like, yeah, you leading, but you doing what I was going to do anyway because I'm the boss. You just doing it first because you were the man. Like, the thing is, y'all want to be, it's never going to be me. And it's fine if you, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not me. And I don't want to be in a relationship that requires that. And it's like, y'all tell you, like, I like you for you. I love your personality all the way until I get to tell you what to do. I thought you liked me. I thought you liked me. And that's why I can't let my ex go all the way because that nigga being bossed around. He's a great man. That's a man. That's a man's man at that. Who will shut the f up I tell him to. Yeah. And it's just like, do what I want and I'll be happy. I always tell niggas I'm easy to please. You just got to do what I want. You just got to do what I say. And I'm pleased with that. And it's even fine if you make me think it was my idea and it was really your idea. That's
the audacity. She has the audacity to get on the internet and talk like this. I'm sure it helped, right? She's on TikTok. I'm sure her comments are lit up. A lot of engagement. I'm sure the guys were responding left and right. Kept getting on her. I think she's doing this just to get popular because the gall. How dare you talk like this?
Yeah, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But you're going to do what I want. And that's it. I'm so fun. I'm so smart. I'm so sexy. But I am a bossy. Bossy. It's okay. I'm going to have my way. Or you're going to get out my way. You can be a man's man and like a boss you around. Where's that guy at? I had one. I don't want him no more though. For other reasons. But that one thing, he ate that one thing. And it's like, it's hard to explain because it's not like...
Wait a second. You said you had one? You don't want one anymore? Where's that guy at? I thought she had it. That's why you don't have a man. Is that what she said? Am I wrong?
To explain because it's not like, I'm not mean. Like, I don't cuss or I don't really... Well, hold on. Let me try that again. I don't talk to men crazy at all, really, until you get to thinking sweet. That's when I start to... But you know, for the most part, it's like, if you're doing exactly what I want, if I say I like flowers every week and you go get the flowers every week, then I have nothing to complain about. You did exactly what I said do. If I told you I do not drive, because that's one thing I don't do, why the ask me to drive anywhere? Didn't I just say I don't drive no nigga wrong? Like, listen to the instructions because they be crystal clear. Like, I'm not the type of person who I communicate exactly what I need. And the thing about me is I let him. That's the thing. I'm going to always let you do what you want to do. If it's not what I want you to do, you're gone. That's it. There's no, I'm not complaining. I'm not crying. I'm not moaning. You knew what I wanted because I told you. Because I'm bossy. I told you exactly what I wanted and how I wanted it done. You either did that or you didn't. I'm going to let you do what you want to do as long as it's what I wanted you to do. It could all be so simple. Where it becomes a problem is that men want to do what they want to do. It don't be what I wanted them to do. And then they wanted me to stick around. No. Why would I do that? That's not what I wanted. And you didn't do it. So now you're gone. So you gotta follow instructions and like a bossy. It's a 2-for-1.
She's gonna have some simp guy that accepts. I mean, seriously, because think about it. If a man says okay to that, then he's not a man's man. What do you expect him to be gay? Like, no. Men that are men aren't going for that. Real men are not going for that. One bit. Like the way you're talking, it just made me want to throw up in my mouth. Seriously, I got sick hearing you. You show that any kind of that attitude with a man, out the door. A man is telling you to get out. Like, seriously, you date her. If I was single, every woman I'm dating, you got TikTok, I'm going to search the name, see if I can find them somehow. Search their picture. They need to make a picture TikTok app. Seriously, you put it in a person's picture, you take a picture, put it in. I'm sure there's a way, and I'm going to figure it out because a lot of guys want to know, who are you? Really? Who are you?
Thinking about the onus placed on black women to represent the whole community. And the reason I was thinking of this is because I saw a tweet that was referring to Sexy Red and talking about how she was going to the doctors to deal with some issues down below. And someone was like, oh, things like this, they're the reason why black women are fighting so many stereotypes, blah, blah, blah. Whilst I agree that there's a conversation to be had about hypersexualization of black women and the impact that has on black women in general, I do think there's a really intense onus on us to represent the whole entire community. When you have...
Yeah, it is. And I'll tell you an example of when I had my son in Vietnam with my wife, right? We were out there, and one day he forgot to put deodorant on. He didn't tell me. So me, him, and Kay were out in a train station in Vietnam, smelled an odor. Yes, it was him. So I say, son, why do you come outside? He said, well, I'm fine. These people don't know me. Now, number one, it was wild for him doing that. But still, why would you do that? But he's young. He's 15. So I'm not holding it against him. But I would never do that. Right? And he said, these people don't know me anyway. I said, son, you're representing people. You're representing this. Black people. Right? Now, when they see you, they're going to say some Vietnam people that's in Vietnam, I saw this black guy on the train. Black people are funky. Imagine if they never seen a black guy before. I'm in Vietnam now. Right? So yes, same thing with me. I'm out here in the Philippines. I'm representing black people in a way. It's not black people walking everywhere every day, just walking, just 30 black people walking down a block. You got some Africans out here, but black people I'm talking about. You do represent the whole collective.
Have other counterparts within our community that are doing insane things but keep getting away with it. For example, the whole Kendrick and Drake thing. Yes, we're all kikiing, but what's being said are serious allegations, but nobody's talking about how black men need to be careful about what they're saying or what they're doing because they're impacting the whole entire community. Whereas black women, God forbid we do one bad thing, it's now, the whole community has gone back. As if there are hundreds and hundreds of years to go and look at. Is it that everybody who's not black, their gaze outweighs what we think of ourselves? There are other people within our community that are doing insane things. R. Kelly, he was allowed to thrive for years. People knew exactly what he was doing for years. The allegations made about Drake are literally what they made about R. Kelly. Like, are black men not a part of the issue, like in terms of besmudging our community? And back to the whole Sexy Red situation. There are people that are literally like Sexy Red that exist. So saying that she doesn't represent the community when there are people like her out there is telling those people that they don't exist, or telling them that they don't matter, or that their experiences aren't important. Interesting that the representation of the entire community is placed on the shoulders of black women and not the men who are supposed to lead and take control. And whilst I say all that in air quotes, that's not to say that I don't believe that men are supposed to lead. I just think that the caliber of men that we're dealing with at the moment aren't exactly aware of where they're going and they need a compass. In general, there's a bigger issue of the lack of political leaders within our community. Rather, we're looking to celebrities who are human beings who are flawed, and although they now have this large following and these people that look up to them, didn't ask to be political leaders, but the concept of being black is political regardless. So even if you don't believe in what Sexy Red is doing and or how she's living her life, it's not on her to guide the entire black community. Those are just my thoughts as a girl getting ready to go to work and wanting to get the stuff that's in her brain out.
From where it's looking like it'll never change. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next video.